Skullknight, the shadow that stalks the never-ending night, the shell of steel host to an ancient being, aloof and mysterious, with a great awareness of the flow of causality and foreknowledge of events which have yet to happen. Dead, hundreds of years ago, yet still clinging to the mortal world, Skullknight is a tall, skeletal-like figure. He dons a skull helmet with glowing yellow eyes, and large spikes on his shoulder in a circular way around his head. A long black cape with shoulder pads that also has spikes adds to his fearsome appearance. He carries a shield with a rose symbol on it, and wields a thorned sword against inhumans, namely apostles and God Hand members. His armor pattern on his entire torso resembles ribs and skeletal structures. He's constantly seen riding on his horse, a tall pitch-black horse which has armor on it, and shining red eyes. The character first appears to warn Guts about the Band of the Hawk's impending demise following his leave. He called Guts a struggler against fate before disappearing. Before the eclipse, he reappears to shield Rickett from the Count and Rosine, both of whom retreat when they notice him. During the eclipse, he first clashed with Zod, the apostle who was guarding the gate. After getting past him, he rushed inside to rescue Guts and Casca from the hands of the God Hand members. Skullknight appears many times in the story, mostly helping Guts along the way. He appears in Misty Valley to swallow Rosine's Behelit. Later, near St. Albion, he warns Guts of the incarnation ceremony, stating that he can either choose to kill Griffith or save Casca, but cannot do both. At St. Albion, he chases down the egg-shaped apostle and rescues Luca from its lair. Skullknight's journey continues as he appears in the Cliff Hut to confront Slan and to assist Guts. One of the most important pieces to his character was when he appeared at Flora's house, confronting her about the consequences of the Berserker armor. The Berserker armor had a shape of a skeleton looking similar to Skullknight's armor, suggesting that it might have belonged to him once. These hints were only confirmed later in the series in chapter 362, when Guts went berserk, and for a brief moment had a peek at the memories of the man who once wore that same armor, the man that goes by the name of Skullknight in the present. In those memories, we witness an ancient eclipse, which happened 1,000 years ago. We see a man wearing the Berserker armor, looking exactly like when it was first given to Guts, holding a beautiful woman who is hinted to be the mother of the Flower Storm monarch, Danan, the Queen of the Elves and ruler over Elfhelm on the island of Skellig. The woman was marked by the brand of sacrifice, hinting at the possibility that Void, the newest member of the God Hand at the time, sacrificed Skullknight's kingdom. It was also mentioned that Skullknight during that time went by the name Geyserik, a legendary conqueror of yore who, through sheer force, brought order to the war-torn lands of the ancient world and created the first continental empire in human history. Unlike Guts, Skullknight had the power to battle the God Hand, which might have led to the demise of the previous 4 God Hand members, before having the Berserker armor consume him. It was also mentioned that Flora, a powerful mage and Shirka's mentor, had strong feelings for the king, which led her into resurrecting him into what he is now, an empty shell with the soul of a foolish king.